Hey everyone, James9532 here, and I have a bit of an announcement. It's a bit of an unfortunate one, but I also have it followed by some good news. So, for the second time, my series is getting a reboot, or canceled. I'm thinking more canceled, because it's... Okay, so, the reason why I'm doing this is because I do not like the quality of season 1 of Stories of Sudrian's Team. It's just not good. No. The first episode was made on a whim one day. I knew I wanted to do it. I had a script and everything. Then I went through, did it on the ground, and that's just... I did that for a couple of episodes. Most of the episodes, actually. I could only film in one spot. It was very small. My sets were very simple. Which, don't get me wrong, sometimes simplicity is good. But I can do better. I know I can do better. The visuals were very trash. My custom skills have majorly improved, I would think. But I just don't like it. The look just bothers me. And what's the point of continuing something that you're not even proud of? I know there's school and stuff, you do that, but that's supposed to help you. But I do not like the first 7 episodes. I like the 8th episode, which unfortunately will not be released because I don't like the story. The story is another thing that I really have an issue with. Season 1 and 2 of Stories of Sudrian's Team were supposed to contain 10 episodes, but the tone shifts back and forth. It shifts from Oh Happy Classic Series Thomas episode to my own creative stuff, my own creativeness. And I like Classic Thomas, don't get me wrong, but I want to make my creative stuff. My creative stuff is so much more fun to make. Like, any of my Railway Series customs, those were they weren't usually accurate to the Railway Series. That's because it was me being creative. Why do you think I make so many of them? Why do you think I've remastered the Edward custom? Which, by the way, I'm working on remastering all those customs now because I wasn't happy with them. But the story, some episodes in season 1, particularly, something you didn't see, Gordon's Rocky Road, which was supposed to be episode 10, the final episode of the season, it was a different thing. It was new and creative, and it also tied in to the goose and the pig, which was about Gordon and Duck racing and crashing, kind of showing Gordon's not carefulness anymore. And then Gordon's Rocky Road was him again not being careful and getting into an accident. Sent up to the quarry, him redeeming himself by saving Mavis from a landslide. I know Gordon can't go on the bridges, but Wrong Road didn't even follow that rule, so why should we have to? That was my logic. But those 2 episodes were probably my favorite in the season. Just because it was a creative story. And another thing, episodes where I had someone else film for me, while cool, I like collaborating with those people, it was really difficult because they weren't exact with my vision, and they didn't have much footage to give me. So I had to work with what I had, which I'd say I did pretty good. We worked pretty good, and the episode was okay. And if you look back at season 1 to something like Trials, my recent short film, which I hope you guys really liked, but if you look at that compared to the first episode of season 1, it is just so different. You can tell everything has been improved greatly. I know that they were two very different medias. Yeah, well, they were videos, but one of them was using Trackmaster blankets and stuff on the ground. The other was using a set with buildings and random tracks that didn't have engines on them and stuff. And you can tell my progression has gotten better through season 1, which also kind of bugs me, not just because the first episode looks like trash now, but the fact that it's inconsistent really kind of bugs me. How the first one went from having blankets, simple track, simple sets, all up on one little space in my living room, and how the last episode had the same space in my living room, but had different lines, had background. It had background, not the right numbers, which is the last one you've seen. It was probably my favorite episode because not only did it fix something that's bugged me for a very long time, but also because I'd say the models look the best, and that was like my best filming up until I got the set downstairs in the basement, which is where I film. Which I might show you guys. I might show that off to you guys one day. I don't know, but yeah. And the Tidmus Shed set. Don't even get me started on that. It was utter trash. Let's be honest. It was cool to have Tidmus sheds being able to fold up and put away, so it's very, storageable. But it didn't look good. The roof never lined up quite perfectly with the shed, and just the Pip and Emma being at the sheds. They had 2 lines max in one episode, which that episode with Oliver, those Oliver episodes were some of my favorites too, because it gave Oliver a mini character arc. Thomas the Western Engine was okay, because it gave Duck something to do. And it gave the first episode, I did not like. Well, it was a great strive for me from going from no track on carpets and voice acting and all that. It's a great strive in editing and how I should properly be doing this instead of having nothing. But I would say the old series, the ones where I didn't have any track, everything was dark, couldn't see anything, I would say those were some of my more creative videos. Because I just thought one day, hey, let's make a story. And I went down there, made stories. And no script or anything, I would just talk. It was me being creative in the spur of the moment. Which, if I thought those stories were good, some of them were good ideas. They weren't great in execution, but they were good ideas. But now that I have prep time and everything, and a proper set and everything, it should be, those great ideas should be great in execution too. Yeah. Unfortunately, those are the reasons why I want to cancel this series going on. I know some of you are sad. Don't worry, they're going to stay uploaded. If you want to go back and watch them for inspiration or anything, that's great. Fantastic. I will probably release whatever I finish of episode 8, Stories of Sudrian Steam, the deleted episode, the lost episode, the missing couch. But, yeah. Another thing is, I've wanted to do this other thing for a while now. I've wanted to start analyzing characters, which I guess you could consider this an update video now that I bring this up, but I wanted to start analyzing characters. I just want to see what makes them tick. I might do this on my own. I've tried to bring on a few guests to help me with this, because I think it's difficult for me to just blabber on about a character without and spaces. But I want to do something like that. But I also want to make stories for you guys. But I think season 1 was meh. I know this is the second time I'm doing it, and it may seem undignified to some of you, but I wasn't feeling it anymore. Because I have so many characters that I wanted to bring on, but that doesn't happen until season 3. Season 3. We stick with the main 11, Pip and Emma. Bill and Ben. Very simple, basic characters that we see pretty much all the time. And some characters, like 16, Wilbert, Spencer, Rosie, I want to bring those on sooner. I want to go out and have fun with different characters. It's like how in the Miller era, Thomas was used every episode. But instead of Thomas, it was the main 11. And yes, the main 11 is a thing is going to remain a thing. 11 engines are going to be, the stars and everything, but there will be off-centric episodes about, 16, Spencer. There will be different engines. I want to expand to the narrow gauge engines because I've actually come to like them. Not like I love season 4 levels, but I actually come to understand the narrow gauge characters. Otherwise, I'd just seen it as another Northwestern. But, yeah. And I've tossed around different ideas with friends and all that. I may take some ideas from season 3 and 4, because those were my best seasons, story-wise. I know season 1 isn't never perfect for anyone, but I think mine was too big of a fumble. So much that I didn't even want to continue. So, yes. Yeah, I think that's all I have to say for you guys. Expect Railway Series custom showcases coming soon. That's really all I have to say. I guess see you in the next video. Bye.